Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Ari with H.O.I Las Vegas, coming again with another precept of the day, another Card Chronicles, and another episode of The Truth. But first and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give honor and glory to Yahweh by H.O.I. I'd like to give a double honors to the elders that paved the way in this truth, and we can get right to it. And we're going into 7 reasons why God isolates you, why Yahweh isolates you, right? And number 1 is to cut you off from distractions, right? Let's go to Matthew 22 and verse 14. It reads, "For many are called, but few are chosen." Right. So you have many of our people that's called to the truth, but few are chosen. Right? Then the ones that didn't make it was distracted. They were distracted of this world, man. They was too caught up in the philosophies and the things of man. Right? Let's go to 1 John 2 and 14. "I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young man, because ye are strong, and the word of God abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked ones." Right. So the ones that was chosen, they overcame the obstacles and the tribulations that befell them. Right. Let's get another one. James 4 and 4. "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God." Right. So, like I said, the ones that get cut off, man, those are the ones that want to be a part of the world, friends with the world, do worldly things. They're part of this world. They're doing what the world's doing, right? But the other half is doing, the ones that's left is doing what Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is telling us to do, right? What the Lord is telling us to do, according to the scriptures, following his laws, statutes, and commandments, right? All right, number 2, not to fall into temptation, right? This is a reason why the Lord isolates us, man, so we don't fall into temptation, right? 1 Corinthians 10 and 13 reads, "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." Right. So the Lord he's not going to give you anything more than you can handle. Right? He throw a tribulation at you. He's not giving you more than you can handle. Right? That's what this is saying. I'm going to read it again. 1 Corinthians 10:13. "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man." Right? "But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able." Right? So it's not going to be to the extreme, right? But will with the temptation also make a way to escape. So he's going to make a way for you to escape. But it's up to you to choose which way you're going to go, right? "That ye may be able to bear it." Right. Let's go to James 1 and 12. We're going to read 1 and 12. We're going to read 12 and 13. "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation." Right? So blessed is the man that's going to endure the trials and tribulations that's thrown at him. Right? "For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life." Right. So if you endure these trials and tribulations, you're going to receive the crown of life. Right? "Which the Lord hath promised to him that love him. How do you love the Lord? By following his laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? That's how he told us to love him and fear him. Fear him and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments is what we're supposed to be doing. Verse 13, reading on. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. Right. So it said, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh, of God. Right. For God cannot be tempted with evil. So you have a lot of people, man, I'm tempted of God, man. You know, hey, God doing that, X, Y, and Z. No, man. It's telling you right here. It says, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. Right. Is this already telling us that he's gonna do what we're able to bear, right? Number 3, preparing you for the next level, right? So the Lord is basically preparing us for the next level, man. It's like when you get in this truth, man, there's levels to it, right? New levels, new devils, man. Right? Each level you evolve in, you level up in, it gets harder. Right? So the Lord is preparing us for that next level. Right? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 16:9. And it reads, for a great door and effectual is open unto me, and there are many adversaries. Right? So it's many adversaries, right? For a great door, right? So as we're like, the elevation requires separation, right? Just saying. Elevation requires separation, right? So you have to separate yourself from people that's not like-minded, that's not in this thing wholeheartedly, right? Let's get Proverbs 17 and 16. And it reads, wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he have no heart to it. Right. So the Lord is preparing us to go to that next level, right? That's why I said elevation requires separation, right? Let's go to number 4. Number 4. So these are 7 reasons why Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai gives us, he isolates us, right? Let's go to number 4. All right. It's giving you the tools to stay on the narrow path, right? So the Lord gives us tools and things that's written down in the scriptures. He gives us the tools. He gives us everything that we need to stay on that straight and narrow path, that narrow path, right? And this 1 Peter 5:10. It reads, but the God of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushai, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you, right? 2 Timothy 2:15. It's another one. It says, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, right? Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you, right? So these are tools that the Lord is giving us, right? That he's telling us to do. He's giving us tools. It's up to us to use the tools that he's given, right? He's giving it to us in the scriptures, right? He's telling us to study to show ourselves approved, right? He's giving us these keys, these jewels, but a lot of people not tapping into it, right? Number 5, to rely on him only and hear his voice, right? We are to rely on him only. Give everything to him. All honor and glory goes to him, right? We need to be bending our ear to him and what he's telling us to do, how he's telling us to live our life, right? Let's read Revelations 3 and 20. It says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me. Right. So if you're hearing the voice of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, when he knock on that door and you don't open that door, man, you're going to be caught out here, man. You're going to be jammed up. You ain't going to know what the hell is going on, man, because you didn't hear, right? You didn't hearken. You didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You're not keeping the high holy days. You're not wearing your fringes. It's a lot of things that it's like a domino effect, man. Right? This Matthew 7 and 13. We're going to read 14 as well. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Right? He said, broad is the way that leadeth into destruction, that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat. Right? You don't want to be caught out there going with the masses, right? Hey, you see a group of people and they say, yeah, this the way, this the entrance over here. We got to go through this way. Don't be that one that goofy mug that just go roll with them. Next thing you know, you're heading towards destruction, right? Verse 14, because straight is the gate, right? And narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it, right? Because everybody's heading with the masses. They follow the damn leader, man. They got to follow the leader spirit, man. I'm gonna follow them, man. Wherever they going, it's got to be the right way. That's not the case, right? He said, I'm gonna read it again. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So it's only gonna be a few of us that find it, right? This 1 John 2 and 15. It says, love not the world, right? Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And that's being worldly, man. Whatever the world got going, man, you don't want to be a part of it, right? You want to set yourself apart from the world. If you got, for example, everybody wearing hoodies and sweatpants, just give an example. If everybody wearing hoodies and sweatpants and you put on hoodies and sweatpants, you're part of the world, man. If everybody out here wearing stretch pants and blue jeans, all the women of the world wearing sweats and blue jeans, and stretch pants, hey, you're a part of that. You're part of the world. How are you going to be set apart? How am I going to know you're not a part of the world? When the Lord comes, how are you going to be able to tell the difference? It's got to be a different. It's got to be a difference. If all the men wearing spandex, and I put on spandex, I'm being a part of the world, man, right? Because there's you can't tell the difference, right? Just for an example, it says, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him, right? The love of the Father is not in you if you're a part of this world, right? For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes. See, the lust of the flesh, meaning everything that you desire, like fleshly desires, right? And the lust of the eyes, everything that you're seeing, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. That you're of the world, because everything that the world loves, you love, right? You want the big house, you want you want all the damn every pair of Jordan that come out, right? You got to have every pair of Jordan, right? You got to be flashy. You got to hit the club, get VIP, get the bottle girls to come to the table. Like, you got to be turned up. You got to have the big mansion, right? You got to have the Lambo, right? These are things that's a part of the world. Ain't nothing wrong. And not saying, hey, ain't nothing wrong with having a nice house, having a nice car. But what are your intentions? What is your spirit behind it? It's a spirit behind certain things and the way you're doing things, right? Ain't nothing wrong with looking nice and things like that. But what's your spirit behind it, right? Reading verse 17. This 1 John 2 and 17. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of Yahweh and binding forever. Binding forever, right? So this world is passing away, and the lust with it. Everything that comes with this world is going, hey, man, look, so all this stuff don't matter. All this stuff is vanity, right? None of this stuff matters, right? What matters is us building a relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, with God, man, right? That's what's important. Fearing him and keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. That's what's important, right? So he's going to test us, right? So he's going to put us to the test. He will test us, but not tempt us, right? If that makes sense. He's going to put you to the test, but he ain't going to tempt you. He's going to put you to the test to see what you're going to do. It's up to you. What are you going to do, right? During those trials and tribulations, what are you going to do? And that's what Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is looking at. He's like, hey, look, I'm going to throw these trials just like he did Job. Job went through hell. But he sat back, watched, see what Job going to do. Go ahead, do your thing. Just don't kill Job. Do what you must with him. But don't kill him, right? He put him through all hell, man. And he endured into the end. And that's what we must do, right? This verse 6. Why the Lord isolates us, right? So at the end of the day, you will realize, right? You're gonna realize that you are not alone in this truth, right? At all, right? And that's let's go, because the Lord, he'll let you know, hey, look, you're not alone. If you're doing the will of the Lord, you're never alone, right? If you're following the law, statutes, and commandments, you're never alone, right? And let's go to John chapter 14 and verse 26, and it reads, "But the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things, and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said unto you." Right. So you're never alone, right? In this truth, in this walk. Because we always have Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But it's up to us to keep him, it's up to us to keep him, man. Because he can turn his head, he can turn his face away from us, man. Leave us out here to die, man. Right? That's why it's important to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments that was given. The law is not done away with. We still have to follow the law, right? And also, number 7, he also gives us the understanding of his will, man, right? So the Most High gives an understanding of his will in our lives, right? Let's go to Romans, this is the last one. Romans 12:1, and we're going to read 2 as well. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. Right. So we're supposed to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. We're supposed to be sacrificing our bodies daily to the Lord, right? Every single day we're supposed to be sacrificing, right, to the Lord. And there's many ways to do that, right? Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, right? But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? Meaning your heart, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh, right? So you have to put off that old man and put that new man on, right? Your old ways, you have to do away with them, right? That's why it says, be not conformed to this world. Don't be a part of this world, right? Anything that you was doing while you was in the world, and you wasn't in the truth, you didn't know about the law, statutes, and commandments, you wasn't keeping the high holy days, wearing fringes, keeping all the laws, you have to leave that behind, right? And it says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, meaning your heart, right? Meaning the way that you used to be, right? You have to transform. You have to get rid of those wicked ways, the way that you used to think, right? The things that you used to eat, the things that you used to do, right? All your ways that you was in the world, you have to get rid of and put that new man on, right? And getting these scriptures, reading, praying, fasting, studying, right? Getting closer and drawing closer to the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, right? That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. And how do you do that? Through following his laws, statutes, and commandments, right? And fearing him, right? But with that, y'all keep reading, praying, fasting, studying, staying diligent, stay abounding in the work of the Lord, stay 10 toes down for the Lord, because he 10 toes down for us and gave us another 24. We have to make sure that when he's waking us up, be mindful. When he's waking you up, he gave you a blessing. Do something for the Lord, man. Show the Lord you love him. Prove to him that you really want the kingdom, man. Right? You have to endure until the end, because this thing don't stop, right? You can't be lukewarm 1 minute, on fire 1 minute, lukewarm 1 minute. Like, you can't be, you gotta either or, man. I would hope you be on fire, right? But the Lord said, hey, I'd rather you either cold or hot, but be on fire for the Lord, right? Let's keep your candles lit, or the Most High gonna blow your candle out, right? It's simple. It is not rocket science, right? You have to endure until the end. And remember, this ain't a race. This is a marathon, right? We running in this thing, man. Ain't no damn finish line. You got to keep running, right? The marathon's going on forever, right? Well, with that, shalom. Love you.